Well, let's update you now on the situation regarding the impeachment inquiry into the Public Protector. Our reporter, Athi Mtongana, in Parliament, standing by to give you an update now. It appears that the proceedings have ended for the day. Athi, good afternoon to you. What's the latest?
Well, I do have the latest with the chairperson of the committee, Mr. Richard Gangi. Thank you so much for your time. Now, the proceedings have concluded today, and I must say that these proceedings are closely monitored, not just in South Africa, but globally, looking at what the constitutional law expert said yesterday, Mr. Hassan Ibrahim, saying that this is obviously the first of its kind for a committee of this nature to conduct these hearings. Given how things have transpired in the past few days, and looking at today and some of the utterances from the benches about the integrity of this particular committee, and as far as the line of questioning for the witnesses, what do you make of all of that as the chairperson?
This is an inquiry, and in an inquiry you always are going to have an evidence-led. You also have a cross-examination. It is in the nature of cross-examination that you're not going to be asked what you prefer, what is your choice of questions, because cross-examination and the leading of evidence are counterposing the two things of whether this person is going to be exonerated or will find adverse in that. So it's inherent in any cross-examination that you're going to get very hard questions, and sometimes the type of question that you would cringe listening into. So being on day 4 and having listened to those issues, we have no reason to be concerned. We think that the issues so far are well managed in protecting the witness, because it's about protecting the witness at the same time is to make sure that the cross-examination achieves its purpose of cross-examination. So I'm perfectly comfortable with that process.
Now, before I let you go, I know you have to go for a debrief session. I want to find out from you what the role is of the committee, and as far as, issuing out subpoenas for witnesses to come and appear at the back of these calls mounting then for President Ramaphosa to come and give evidence.
You will remember, Athi, and the viewers listening, that in our last meeting before we started the hearings as the committee, the chairperson was given powers of subpoenaing, of summoning witnesses. And I do that in concurrence with the Speaker. So we have taken a decision about that. In fact, I can indicate that without naming. On Monday and Tuesday, the witness we are going to have has been subpoenaed.
But talk to me about that decision pertaining to the president, because my question is around the calls that are mounting for him.
I'm coming there. There are always going to be wishes, requests and expressions about which other witness must be subpoenaed. It is only the committee, through its chairperson, that does those kind of things of summoning and subpoenaing witnesses. And for that to happen, there's a rigorous process that there's got to be relevance in whoever you want to summon and subpoena. There's got to be a certain criteria met. In other words, because subpoenaing becomes a last resort, having done a number of things where you would have made contact with this witness and say, we think we've got an issue that you can answer for, and there must have been that kind of a two-way process between whoever is requesting and the identified witness. Our directives that we have issued today in the signature of the chairperson, we stipulated very clearly there that if the legal team of the Public Protector is going to be asking us to do the subpoenas of whatever witnesses that they would have identified, all of that is going to be done under auspices of the committee. And doing that means that we would need to be satisfied whether that witness is relevant to the kind of motion that we're dealing with and the issues that are arising out of that.
Given that program that you adopted in February and the directives that you speak of, have you finalized the list of the people that you're going to be calling as witnesses, given the fact that your work concludes in September, as you have alluded to?
As a committee, we already have about 24 witnesses that we have identified. The Public Protector team is making requests about wanting to add a few names. On that, we'll wait and hear what those are, but all of that has got to be fitting into the process that we define. But at the same time, it's a dynamic process that you will start with this list of witnesses. Sometimes as you listen to this witness, it overlaps to then for you saying, actually, we must have Athi Mtongana coming here after listening to this. So that's the nature of your witness list, but we have that in place.
All right. What should we expect tomorrow, Chairperson?
And that witness list that we have has been shared with the Public Protector, so they know who will be calling. And you're saying tomorrow?
What should we expect tomorrow?
Tomorrow we're going to be concluding with Mr. Johan van Lochrenberg, Advocate Dalimpof, who will start in the morning up until tea time, and will allow the members to interact with the witness. And after lunch, we are going to have witness Mr. Pillay tomorrow. And then Monday, as I said, Monday and Tuesday, it's not to be a named witness, it's the subpoenaed witness that you only hear and see on Monday and Tuesday.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. The chairperson of the Section 194 Committee, Mr. Richard Gangi, saying that Mr. Pillay is going to be the next witness to be called in tomorrow after they conclude with Mr. Johan van Lochrenberg, who is now obviously testifying before the committee. And it's
Athi Mtongana, just ending that interview she's done there with the chair of the committee, unfortunately just losing the sound. Do apologize for that.